You're going to want to listen to this. I don't do politics. I've never voted, but I have heard the term Pizzagate. And I wanted to explain to you what my perception and understanding of it is. I bet you can see the 33rd right in the middle, first off. It's all a matter of how you look at our English language grammar. It's why it's called spelling. It casts spells depending on if you use capital or a lowercase letter. Now, in the underworld, in the occult world, where the Masons practice, the letters get turned upside down and backwards, depending on what they're paired next to. The only thing I can compare it to, like somebody that can read music and somebody that can't, because I definitely can't, but I can read this. P is the 16th letter of the alphabet. I is the 9th letter, so it's 169. Since 6 and 9 are the same, if you're looking at a card, it's the same, then you can have just a 19. And then 33, and then A is 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have the 314 equals pi equation. Bigger than this is what the word pi really means. It's in reference to the control of our pineal gland, first and foremost. There's a substance called chromomuffin. A lot of people refer to it as adrenochrome, but chromomuffin is an actual substance that's secreted in the pineal gland. Think about how when we all go to Google Chrome, it's kind of like that, chroma, shiny chrome dome. But if you look at the word pineal, you not only have the pi, you have neal. And then that's where they have EAG. If you put pineal gland, it's EAG. It's the eagle has landed. Pineal gland, the eagle has landed. And it's also DNA in reverse on the end. It is our awareness of God, our third eye, contact inside, meditation space, connection with our neshama. It's the religious cults, the Merovingian plan, and you can see when you look at plan, it can also be pain as well as gland. See, gland, G-L-A-N, and then you turn the G upside down, it can be a P, much like I showed you with the 6 and 9. So the pineal gland is a plan for pain by the Merovingian government. They're getting you to bow down to what they teach you about the falseness of Christianity and any other religion that goes against the source of one true creator, Adonai. If you're worshiping anybody else, including yourself, that's a false idol. One God, and that's what this is all about. So this DNA, pineal gland awareness of Hashem brings us back to the word Pizzagate, because the allegations that are in the world, I had to Google it. It said that the Pizzagate had to do with child sex trafficking and those things. And then, of course, the fact checkers, they say that's not true. But when you look at the gematria and what I'm telling you behind it, and the ones that control the sources of the information and the fact checking. The other thing I want to show you right here in the middle is if you turn the 3s on their side, it's Eminem. It's why Eminem uses the name Eminem, why we have M&Ms. Prince has a lyric, Eminem killers playing Mickey Mouse games. Everything is like a code, and we as humanity, we were supposed to look into it, and yet, I mean, now it seems like people are waking up and looking into it, and I'm trying to help. Even if I make a mistake or I'm wrong, I'm going to let you know. I want you to look at the word Merovingian with me. That is the 13th Illuminati Luciferian bloodline. Look at the red, the M-R-V-G-N, and then look at the word government, G-V-R-N. It's control. In the Hebrew language, C and G, ABC, C is the third letter, and in Hebrew, Gimel starts with a G, and it's the third letter. So the CIA is equal to GIA. The RFID chip is being made by AIG, Gaia, or part of the word Merovingian, GIA, giant. You get my drift? Think about the word down here I have written insidious. If you break it apart, it's inside us, lying about our true creator in order to separate us and control us. Are you down for that? I'm not. Chroma muffin, which is why Prince would sing, I got the butter for your muffin. All of these things, Georgie Porgy puddin' pie. Georgie is part of the GE or GE code. It's always about the mind. It's about the pineal gland. The pineal gland secretes this energy. The world in media refers to it as adrenochrome. And if you think about the movie Monsters Inc., where the kids got scared, the more fear that they're in, the more the blood turns red and has more power in it. And since these things are coming to light, that's why you have all these actors and superstars looking like shrunken in vampires that aren't getting their feed anymore. The other thing I want to show you down here is I was talking about the research was talking about the PSI gene. And the PSI gene is a gene that researchers were looking for in order to work with people that could understand and, have telepathy and powers and whatnot. And the thing that is interesting too is the PSI gene is, if you put it in another way, SPI or SPY, because it's sometimes Y, only when they want to cast spells that way. The spelling, the gematria is the same, because the PSI gene, P is the 16th letter, S is the 19th letter, and I is the 9th letter. So we have 16, 19, 9, so it's just 1619. The opposite of pi is die, and it's part of my name. Think of pi as P-I or P-I-E. It doesn't matter. It's all part of the name. And the reason I have my last name, Pride, written out is so that you can see it next to the word Prince. Because if you take the large D and you turn the hump on its side, it makes the N, and then turn the C in reverse. It's what the Creator told me in the afterlife about our purposes and souls and being intermingled. Whether it says die or pi, it's a disgusting message nonetheless, and it's all about control. When I was in the afterlife, I met the Creator, and he told me about all this numerology. Anyway, 3121 is an occult number, and I wanted to show you guys something. When you look at the Mason's apron, the M, if you look at it as a 2 and then a 1 and then a 2, it's 21 on either side. And then you look at the B as a 13, but the opposite of 13 is 31. So it's 3121. And that's what Prince was singing about in the song, is all of these occult things. He told me he was bringing it to my attention so that I could share it with you. The pineal gland in Genesis 32:31, which is 31:21, the same numbers. I always thought that was pretty interesting. Yaakov named the place Peniel, referring to the eye of God, the pineal. Eagle has landed, control. So whether we're talking about my last name and what I learned in the afterlife, or how the Creator gives me this information, I'm trying to give it to you because he showed me a deep, dark, occult plan. The 3121 is also Rome. If you think about the word mafia or family, it's because you can spell mafia, M-A-F. Now, granted, there's no I, but again, I told you vowels are disposable, or you can use part of the A, capital A itself. So it's M-A-F-I-A. Mafia, the fam. F is the 6th letter. A is the 1st letter, and M is the 13th. So we're going to drop that extra 1. So within that, we have the word pi upside down, or 613, or even the foundation for the verse that the New Testament tells you need to quote to be saved, which is the John 3:16. If you add the 3 and the 1, you get 4, and if you flip the 6 over, then you get 9. So within these numerals, you not only have the 314 equals pi equation, you have the dates for World War I, which is 1914, World War II, which was 1939. It has to do with who I am and why the 319 song was sung, 319, the 316, the pi. Think about the term MK Ultra. M is the 13th letter and a 3 on its side. So anytime you think of MK Ultra, you can see 3K, which is KKK, white supremacy. It's also why Disney's Magic Kingdom has the MK. I've explained before, in the Tree of Life, there's the top, and it's called Keter, and it's why Disney has people wearing hats calling themselves Mouseketeers, because their domes, their pineal gland awareness of the Creator, and even themselves, and the holy neshama that the Creator sustains within their own body, they've been lied to about. This secret is hopefully not going to be a secret too much longer. In regard to the 3K, there's a spirituality center over across the street from Paisley Park in the middle of nowhere. It's called the Eckankar Center. So let's nix out the C, and then we have 3K, because E is nothing more than a 3, and it's 3K. Eckankar Center. And then if you do it in lowercase, then you can see what you get here is either 666 or EGG, which was mysteriously an egg on Paisley Park. Golly, I wonder why. Shaka, 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 shaka Khan. That's what the whole thing is, you guys. And so this spirituality center, I'm alleging, there's also other accusations out there from a guy who said he was going to like shoot it up because they were practicing black magic occult. Go research it for yourself. Eckankar is 3K. So here is the reason for the butterfly, because if you turn that wing, the 33, the other way, then you have a butterfly, which is why they call it the monarchy or Project Monarch. So it's Ek, 3K or MK. And then up here, we fashioned East meets West. Look at 31313. Now, granted, Pope Francis being the same name as Prince's father, has passed on the same day, 421, that Prince passed in 2016. He took office on 313 of 13. And if you do that in Gematria, it spells out the word Bible. Down here, you can see if you turn the 31313 on its side, what it gave me is www.com. And I added 333 equals 9, and then 3 plus 1 in the 314 equals pi equation equals 4. So 9-4 is again giving us the 1914, 1939 pi code. Bringing us back to the pi code where I began this video. The other thing about PI is if you look at it a certain way, it can be AI. See, this is what I mean. AI can also be read upside down as 19 or ID. So the AI, which you see on the top, A1 sauce, don't forget it. At the Magic Kingdom, M is the 13th letter. G is Gimel in Hebrew, it's the 3rd letter, and C is the 3rd letter. So within that, you have M&M killers playing Mickey Mouse games. The 3 for the 13, the 3 for the 31313 that Pope Jorge Mario Bergoglio took office, and the AI Magic Plan, Magic Kingdom. So America doesn't get murked, which is also MK Ultra or 3K. You guys, M is the 13th letter, R is the 18th, so you have 1318, Revelation 1318. If you read the Christian Bible, it's not a joke. America has the CIA, C-A-I-N. C-A-I-N is the English spelling of Cain, C-A-I, which has the A-I in the middle as well. I was told that America and the Mark of Cain and the clan, Nevada clan, were all one. This was very early on, and now it's 5 years later, and I feel brave enough to come and talk about the things. So hopefully you're brave enough to listen to them and share them. And by the way, as I said, it's not just Rome. It's the other Magic Kingdom, the Kingdom Hall. Prince was sold to be a member at the end of his life, but that's because of the lookalikes and the cult that was controlling Paisley Park and why Paisley Park was said to be squeaky, squeaky clean. It's time everybody start to investigate and perhaps take a look at my other videos and take them seriously and look at what you're learning and what you're teaching your family, what your awareness is, if you're putting your desires first, or if you really long to know your Creator. This nation of people, this America, that we're dirty. and people disrespect Hashem, and that's not okay with me. So if what I'm saying is offensive, it's you have to ask yourself why. But it's so easy to correct, and that's just by personal prayer, hit by the do. It's what I did my entire life, was just sat down and talked to the Creator that I knew was inside of me. And if we don't, what I was told in the afterlife is the more people do that, it's like a prism. And if, say, your whole block starts praying, then the light that Hashem gives us, it like makes your block of people shining like a prism, and then it can reflect a different way and turn that darkness into light. So it's a very beautiful process. So what is the answer to all of this darkness that I'm showing you? It is first and foremost to start with simple prayer. And you really must talk to the Creator like your very best friend, because again, your neshama, your holy soul, was given to you, fashioned for you by Him. And I'm not trying to be offensive to people that are putting their love in Jesus and really doing it with a faithful heart. You could just take that and put it to Hashem, because why on earth would one Jewish man who was kicked out of Judaism think about everything that was done to enforce Christianity, starting with the Constantine Roman conquerors in 33 BCE, and the Spanish Inquisition, and to all the slaves and all the Native American people, and the Holocaust, God forbid. All these things were done to erase your knowledge of your neshama. They don't want you to know that you can connect right to the Creator. So yes, pineal glands are being calcified. You know it, through the food, the toothpaste. Not only that, you guys, cavities, braces, metal, vaccines, earrings, the tattoos, all the jewelry, metals, they affect your body. They affect your organs. They amusement park rides, they affect your organs in a negative way. Our whole world was showed to me in an upside down manner, and with the prayer and the shiny prisms passing back and forth, we can turn that upside down right side up, and we can all be shiny. So please share this video with anybody and everybody you know.